Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Film is Life, your number one source for everything film, entertainment, news, reviews, and more. I am Lilton.
I'm Simone.
And we're back with another episode of movie reviews. And today, let's get down to the dirty, the nitty gritty. Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, released today, and we went to go see it, Squad. Alright, so this will be our spoiler-free review. We are not going to talk about any key plot points in the movie or anything that involves any story details or character development or anything to that effect. It's just strictly going to be about what we feel about the movie, everything that happened in it, and then we will also do, directly after this, a spoiler-filled review for those of you who've seen it that just want to know a deeper analysis of what we thought of the movie.
Okay, so Lilton, what are your initial thoughts on the film?
Initial thoughts on Batman v Superman is I really enjoyed it. I know that the film is getting a whole lot of hate. It's got like a crazy low rating on Rotten Tomatoes. I think if it's not still below 30%, it's pretty low right now as far as the critics go. I think fans got it at about a 74%. But I really enjoyed it. It wasn't exactly what I expected as far as what I was hoping for as far as Batman v Superman. But from the start of this film, I kind of just fully let myself go and was ready for whatever they was going to show me. I would say that I didn't like it as much as I like Man of Steel. Man of Steel is still one of my favorite superhero movies, comic book movies, but I really did enjoy this movie. I loved the way they went with the direction of it. How about you? What are your initial thoughts of it?
I thought it was pretty good. I do think it could have been way better. The beginning and everything of it was kind of long, kind of drawn out. The fighting and everything didn't really pick up until the end. So that's where like a lot of the excitement and everything was at. I mean, to be honest, everybody's kind of like going crazy over Ben Affleck as Batman and everything like that. He just didn't do it for me, to be completely honest with you. When he was Batman, his voice sounded like Damien to me, from the movie The Mask with Jim Carrey. When he put the mask on, that's what Batman's voice sounded like to me. His fighting style, he was like very slow. I mean, I don't know. I'm guessing that maybe they probably should have just picked somebody who was younger, because Ben Affleck, he's older. And then the fact that they had an Alfred who looked like he wasn't much older than Batman, all that kind of, threw me off. So I'm still team Man of Steel, team Superman and everything. I like the movie. I just wish it could have been better.
Yeah, I kind of hear what you're saying on that. The movie addresses a lot of the issues in Man of Steel. It picks up right after Man of Steel for the most part. For a majority of the movie, we're dealing with a thriller, kind of like a dramatic movie. And then a little bit past halfway through, it turns into an action movie. And when it does, it doesn't let up. It pretty much goes full blast all the way up until the end or whatnot. I personally love Ben Affleck as Batman. I think he's the best Batman we've gotten. The issues she's addressing with him being older, this movie is kind of adapted from the Dark Knight Returns graphic novel, where Batman was an older Batman. He was kind of weary, tired. He had been doing it for a long time. He was kind of tired of the lifestyle. And I will say this is a way more brutal Batman than I thought I would see. This Batman kind of goes against old Batman logic. For some people, that might be an issue. But I think as far as how Ben Affleck handled Bruce Wayne, how he handled Batman, I actually think this Batman has seen more action than any of the Batmans we've gotten.
Yeah, but he was easily manipulated. So for me, that kind of takes away from it too, because you're supposed to be better than that. And I guess if it is a situation where he's supposed to be older, that's fine. But Alfred shouldn't be looking like he's anywhere near close in age to Batman.
I didn't think he looked that close to him. I think once you get older, like if you look at some older people nowadays and everything, unless there's like a 30-40 year jump, people start looking the same in certain age ranges. I understand what you're saying, because all of the previous Alfreds we've gotten have all been stupid old, like barely able to move old.
They weren't barely able to move, but they had like relationships and everything with his parents. Like this Alfred looks like he's maybe got 10 years on.
Alfred isn't that much. I mean, he's older, but he's not like, oh, Master Wayne, oh, let me get your teeth.
We're like
because there's also a lot of animated series and other comics where Alfred was more agile. He actually was an aide to Batman, so he was a little bit more young or spry, so to speak. That I see what you're saying. If you're basing it off of what we're used to seeing as far as Alfred goes, then that's jarring. But moving on past the initial Batman thing, I felt like as far as all the characters go, Henry Cavill, he's pretty much mastered the art of being Superman. Mm-hmm. I liked him as Superman more in this one than I did in Man of Steel. You can tell that he's more so involved into the character. He's kind of learned a little bit more about himself being Superman and playing Superman. So he actually played a better Superman than he did in Man of Steel. Everybody's biggest issue that they thought was going to be a problem, Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. I had no issues with her as Wonder Woman. I thought she was a good Wonder Woman, and they didn't have her in the movie as much as I thought they was going to have her in there.
Yeah.
You know, as far as being Wonder Woman and everything, like they made sure that you knew her presence was there, but that this was a Batman and Superman movie, and she was just kind of like the third wheel along for the ride.
Yeah, and other than that, Lex Luthor was awesome. Doomsday was awesome. So I mean, like you had some great antagonists for the protagonists. It's pretty good on that aspect.
I was really on the fence about Lex Luthor. I didn't really know what to expect from Jesse Eisenberg because he usually plays the same guy, and he kind of was, but it felt right for this particular Lex Luthor. We haven't seen this Lex Luthor before. Most of the Lex Luthors we've seen have always been the age of Superman, older, brilliant, intelligent, and very, suave and suits and everything. This was kind of a younger, crazy-minded, really brilliant but psychotic and uneasy guy at the same time. You kind of knew he was scary to a certain degree. Yeah, Doomsday, everybody complaining about Doomsday from the trailer. I had no problem with Doomsday. Doomsday was great. As far as things that I personally don't like, because I know I've been kind of defending it against her for a moment, but I did have some editing issues. I do feel like that the edit was kind of off in areas, and I will get more into that into the spoiler because I can't really talk about it without spoiling certain things. But this was originally a 3-hour plus movie, and I kind of wonder now if that's why the editing is kind of jarring to me a little bit, as if it was because they cut out, over a half an hour of the film in order to be able to get it into enough theater so they can make their revenue back off of it. A lot of people also will probably say that this isn't really Batman v Superman movie, and the Dawn of Justice situation and everything, that is in the title, so you do kind of remotely get introduced to the Justice League, sort of. Mm-hmm. I personally didn't mind the fight with Batman and Superman. I thought it was satisfying. I thought it went the way it was kind of supposed to go. If you got a regular guy fighting an alien who's
Batman's
totally
a cheater.
Unstoppable.
Can't elaborate more on it until the spoiler review.
I'll tell you right now, out of everything she said, this is the most unvalid point that she's trying to make.
Not at all.
About Batman fighting Superman.
Not at all.
And I'm a Superman fan, so I agree with everything that Batman tried to do in order to win this fight.
But we'll save that for the
spoiler one. So you seem kind of like you're on the fence about it. So what is your grade? Your initial grade for Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice? Go!
I will give it a 4. I give it a 4.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's actually higher than I thought she was going to go. Okay, cool. I'm going to give it a 4.5. I really, really enjoyed it. It wasn't what I thought it was going to be. But once I realized what the movie was, I kind of was on board for it. And I was just like, cool, whatever. This isn't what I thought it was, but you guys are doing it pretty well. So, it's the end of Friday, Saturday, depending on when you're watching this. Have you seen Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice? What did you think? Let us know in the comments below. Like the video. If you have seen it, go check out our spoiler-filled review about everything that was going on in the movie. And let's get down to the nitty-gritty, because I'm pretty sure this movie is going to cause a lot of controversy and a lot of split judgment on people, whether or not they like it or hate it, or if it was great, or if it was stupid. We want to know. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date of everything we got going on.
And as always, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at FilmIsLifeVideo.
And that'll do it for us. 3, 2, 1, wrap.